Let's go. It's good if they attack all at once. I'll think of it as practice for fighting multiple enemies. What is this? This guy, why is he coming too? This is a half-step supreme savage beast. Only the old ancestor of the Tianwu kingdom would possess the strength of a half-step supreme. This beast can already be considered the most lethal weapon in the Tianlai kingdom. How can there be a savage beast of such a level here? Why did you suddenly come down? What? You've just knocked out two and crippled one of them. How am I going to test my cultivation base now? And Master Zhang, this little one has eyes but he failed to recognize Mount Tai. I beg Master Zhang to spare my life. Look at him, he's begging for mercy before I even made a move. This half-step supreme savage beast is actually a pet of a half-step grandmaster. A good chance to fight is gone. What do you want to say? Me, can I speak? Who else here can speak if not you? Well, I suppose you know the cost of renting a half-step supreme beast in the beast hall. That's why I want everything you have on you except the clothes to pay for it. It's not too much. No, not too much. Storage ring. These are all our. Alright, if you want to keep your clothes on, get out of here. Yes, we'll get out of here right away. Although I couldn't test my cultivation base, it was an unexpected gain. It's just that there was a lot of fighting going on over there ever since I got to the outskirts of the forest. You noticed it too, didn't you? Alright, let's go and have a look. A Grandmaster Cultivator against a Grandmaster Savage Beast. I don't know which senior is here, but I apologize for being unable to welcome you. Senior. This guy actually recognized me as a senior. By the way, don't I need to find a student to make him feel grateful toward me? I can make use of this opportunity to fool him. This might work out. However, my current appearance is too young. He will definitely question my abilities if he sees my face. I should change to Master Yang's appearance. Such a light move. I am just passing by this area. I happened to see you battling with that bear, so I stopped to observe the fight. You're fighting for your life, but you're trying to subdue him. The man in front of me is as calm as water, and I can't detect any signs of his cultivation at all. He has a half-step supreme beast as his pet. His cultivation should be at least at supreme level. You're right, senior, I do intend to tame it. It's very difficult to subdue it and it is impossible to do so through a few mere battles. I understand that as well, but I can't help my greed. I can impart to you the way of taming it. Is the senior willing to teach me? Senior, may I ask if there's anything you need help with? I will do anything as long as it is within my abilities. I've nothing that requires your help, and you're not a force to be reckoned with. I can teach you the method, but you'll have to acknowledge me as your teacher. As my teacher. I have heard of experts injuring others because of a mere disagreement and had also heard of experts breaking societal conventions. But I have never heard of experts going around accepting random strangers as students. Having reached the pinnacle of the Grandmaster bores testimony to my talents. But I'm aware that I'm not even close to being a true genius, and he wants to take me on as a disciple without thinking twice. What the hell? That's right, are you bewildered why I would accept you as my student? Your talent isn't top-notch and your cultivation isn't anything, so there shouldn't be a reason for me to like you, right? I watched your battle with the bear just now. The combination of the verdant stream movement technique and the Hong Yen fist was quite subtle, but you couldn't use it to its full potential. If I'm not wrong, the Hong Yen fist which you practice is incomplete. Senior, how did you know? The Hong Yen fist emphasizes heavily on brute force through huge motions. If you practiced just this battle technique, even though it is incomplete, there wouldn't be any adverse side effects. However, you cultivated the 3 CUN fist along with it, a force that is exerted within 3 CUN of space for explosive strength. The idea of huge motions and explosive strength is at odds with each other. As a master teacher, Despite knowing that there is a conflict between both fist techniques, you chose to go ahead and practice it, damaging your own body. Foolish. What's more, you've got an incurable health problem that you can't get rid of. Senior, you know that I'm a master teacher. I fought just now. I used both the Hong Yen fist and 3 Cun fist, thus it's not surprising that you could tell. However, I'm not dressed in the master teacher robe and I didn't put on my emblem either. How did the senior know? When you fought with the bear, you were able to predict and avoid the other party's lethal blows. The fact that you were able to exploit the opponent's weaknesses to attack precisely every single time proves that you are a master teacher. Could it be that Senior is also a master teacher? I spend my time traveling around the world, and I haven't heard anyone address me that for years. As expected, Senior is a master teacher. This Senior is at least a supreme power, and has eyesight far beyond mine. Could it be that he is a 3-star or above master teacher? If you are a master teacher, then it's understandable why he asked me to be his student although we just met. I would be honored if Senior would accept me as your student. Do you not doubt me anymore? I dare not to. The bear you just fought with has yet to mature, and his strength hasn't reached its peak yet. If you can find a way to raise its cultivation to Grand Master Pinnacle, it won't be difficult for you to tame it. I know that as well, and I've tried. However, I couldn't find anything that can raise its cultivation. I have a pill here, go over and beat it to death before you feed it this pill. You want me to feed it before death? Isn't this just an ordinary healing pill? Is it sufficient for the bear to achieve a breakthrough? As Senior may be a 3-star or above master teacher and of supreme realm, there is no need for him to go through so much trouble. Does it sound so unreliable? I wouldn't dare. I'll be right there. In half an hour. Student Zhang Xuan pays respect to teacher. Yeah. I, Yang Xian, have just happened to pass by Tianwu Kingdom and decided to stay here for a while. During this period of time, you'll be considered as my student. But after my departure, I'll remain as myself, and you'll remain as yourself after all. We're just mere passerbys in each other's life. May I know where the teacher lives, so that in time to come, I may pay my respect. I do not have a definite abode as of now. Once I find one, I will send someone to inform you. Well, if you have nothing to do, you can go back first. Yes. It's troublesome to act as an expert before a master teacher. After all, master teachers possess incredible eyesight. Even the slightest mistake could have resulted in failure. Yes, I forgot to ask him where Tianwu Academy is. I was thinking of asking about the location of Tianwu Academy and then gather a few more students there to train in one go. I should return first. I'm afraid I'll have to go back to the city to find someone. Are you saying that teacher took the painter examination just moments ago? I thought it would take some time for the teacher to arrive in the city, but I didn't expect him to arrive before us. I heard from the employee of the Painter Guild that a person named Zhang Xuan had passed the examination to become a 3-star painter. As for whether he is senior uncle, I'm not too certain. Certainly yes, being capable of painting a 5th-level art piece, but also being known as Zhang Xuan, is such coincidence even possible? Since the teacher took the painter examination less than 2 hours ago, he should still be nearby. Let's search around, perhaps we may be able to find him. Yes. Why don't we go find the teacher together? You can go out and look for him, but if you don't find him within 2 hours, you'll have to come back. Yes. Teacher. What are doing you here? I just arrived in Tianwu Kingdom today, and this is the closest to the city gates, so of course I'll be staying here. Young master. You are here. Just in time, I've found you a place to stay. Senior brother. Well, let's head inside. You've been through a lot. It's no trouble at all. But I haven't seen you in a long time. Senior brother, you have already reached the half-step Grandmaster. Half-step Grandmaster. It's just a coincidence. Forget about keeping a low profile. If you level up too quick in this world, people will see you as a freak. The next day, morning. Brother, you simply gave them a few pointers in one night. And they all achieved breakthroughs. Well, I haven't seen them making much progress lately. So, I gave them a few pointers last night. Come on, It's just a breakthrough, not a big deal. Let's go to the Master Teacher Pavilion. Okay. Breakthroughs in their cultivation aren't any big deal. To help them achieve a breakthrough, I had to go through all kinds of trouble and dig up every last inch of my knowledge, but even so, it wasn't certain that they would succeed. Yet, you made it seem so easy. Indeed, humans aren't born equal. Have there always been so many people in the hall? That hasn't been the case usually, but there's a question symposium today. Question symposium. The question symposium is the last formal procedure for a master teacher examinee. There's a total of 13 one-star master teachers and 3 two-star master teachers in Tianwu Kingdom, but it seems that none of the two-star master teachers are here. Tianxian Kingdom didn't even have a one-star master teacher, yet Tianwu Kingdom had 13 one-stars and 3 two-stars. As expected of the strongest kingdom within the surrounding 13 countries. Who is the one standing on the stage? That is Mo Hongyi, the examiner of this question symposium. He is reputed as the #1 genius in Tianwu Kingdom in the past 1,000 years, and his name is known throughout the surrounding 13 countries. Mo Hongyi. Despite being just 26 this year, he is already a one-star pinnacle master teacher, 2-star alchemist, 2-star formation master, and 2-star blacksmith. And also the pinnacle of grandmaster. Incredible. I'm sure the geniuses I've met in the past are no different from that scum. I'm afraid that his soul depth is 6-0 at the very least. 6-0. With a soul depth of 3-0, one becomes eligible for the one-star master teacher examination. 6-0, one can take the 2-star examination. With 6-0 can assess 2-star. Look, Princess Mou is here. Mou. Okay, everyone's here. The question symposium begins. One's true chi is blocked at the last acupoint, resulting in the person being unable to achieve profound connection. How can this problem be solved? There are 2 solutions. The first solution is to gather a large amount of true chi around the acupoint to stimulate the blocked true chi. As for the second method, one can utilize medicine. A grade 1 acupoint soothing pill can resolve this situation, but it is ineffective for those who have suffered from this problem for an extended period of time. If so, one should consume a grade 2 acupoint breakthrough pill instead. Although I pretended to be a master teacher and helped many people achieve breakthroughs, it's only after relying on my Heaven's Path true chi that I realized I never heard of the methods that Princess Mou mentioned. Looks like I have to browse through some books first before taking the one-star master teacher examination. Otherwise, I will surely fail this question symposium. If they ask how to achieve a breakthrough, I can't reply to them all with a needle and a surge of true chi. By the way, how many tests are there in the master teacher examination? There are a total of 5 tests for the master teacher examination. The first test is the House of Trust. What it assesses is the trust level that the examinee's student has for him. If a student has a trust level that exceeds 50, that is considered to have passed. If one doesn't have any students or sufficient trust level, it would be deemed as a failure. The second test is the Supporting Occupation Pavilion. In order to become a one-star master teacher, one must possess a supporting occupation and reach the level of an official member. The third test is the Puppet Hall. During the test, 2 puppets will fight each other. The puppets are forged in a special way and use completely different moves and techniques, but they are similar in strength, so neither of them is able to defeat the other. You have to provide guidance for one of them to achieve victory over the other, and it will be a pass. The fourth test is the Cultivation Technique Ocean. There are countless cultivation techniques in the ocean, and one will have to pick out a random book and conduct a relevant lecture immediately to pass. During the lecture, you will be judged by several master teachers, as well as the Wylam Sage Bell. Wylam Sage Bell. Well, the Sage's Bell is a spirit treasure in the Cultivation Technique treasure. Imprinted inside the Wylam Sage Bell is the comprehension that former sages had over the techniques. If one's lecture doesn't satisfy the bell, it will not ring and he will fail. I didn't expect such an incredible object to exist in this world. After the first 4 tests, one will have to undergo the Unerring Pavilion. In the Unerring Pavilion, a puppet will display a cultivation technique, battle technique, or even a skill from the supporting occupation you chose. The movements will contain errors within them. However, They are so well disguised that they are almost impossible to discover. If you find one error within one incense time, you will pass. Otherwise, you will fail. Wait, what about the question symposium? Even though the question symposium is the final test of the master-teacher examination, it is actually the easiest one. As long as you pass the first 5, this last test is negligible. So far, its passing rate is 100%. Thus, if you pass the first 5 exams, you would be considered to have passed the master-teacher exam and be qualified to call yourself a master-teacher. The question symposium is more of a formal event to introduce the new master-teacher to the others. Congratulations, Master-Teacher MOU. It's over. Here is your emblem and dress. From now on, you're a 1-star master-teacher. Thank you. I have something on, so I'll first take my leave. I am Teacher Liu. Congratulations to Teacher MO. Yes. Student MOU pays respect to Teacher Zhang. Student MOU pays respect to Teacher Zhang. What is going on? Princess MOU is the second greatest genius of the kingdom, a figure who became a 1-star master teacher at such a young age. Yet, to respectfully greet someone younger than her as Teacher Zhang. Where did he appear from? Teacher Zhang. Didn't Teacher Zhang say he just arrived yesterday afternoon in Tianwu Kingdom? He just arrived, and he's already making such a big fuss. If we stay for a while longer, do you think the master-teacher pavilion owner will also come to pay respects? MOU, aren't you going to introduce him to me? Zhang Chen. The reason why I was able to forge a grade 2 pill without reaching the Grandmaster level, and pass the 2-star alchemist examination is thanks to the guidance of Teacher Zhang. He is like a half-teacher to me. A half-teacher. Teaching you how to refine pills. For Princess MOU to pass the 2-star alchemist exam at such a young age, that young man's pill forging skills must be incredible. MOU passed the 2-star alchemist exam due to his guidance. Doesn't that mean that he is superior to her in the field of pill forging? Surpassing 2-star, it can't be possible that he's a 3-star alchemist, right? A 3-star alchemist who has yet to reach 20. So it's a Grandmaster alchemist. I apologize for my disresp. My name is Zhang Chen, and I am grateful for your guidance to Princess MOU. I don't need you to thank him for me. The Alchemy Guild's alchemist Hong is my friend, and he passed the 3-star alchemist exam recently. Since Master Zhang is a talented alchemist as well, I believe that the two of you should be acquainted with one another. But why have I never heard of there being a genius like you in the guild? Furthermore, I know every single alchemist in the guild who is 2-star and above. May I inquire what Master Zhang's grade is? I am only a 1-star alchemist. 1-star. A 1-star alchemist guided Princess MOU to forge a grade 2 pill. Are you kidding? The hierarchy in the upper 9 paths occupation is extremely strict. How can a 1-star alchemist guide a 2-star alchemist? To be able to reach 1-star at such a young age, Brother Zhang is indeed talented. As long as you work hard, you will surely be able to reach great heights. MOU, I have prepared a feast to celebrate your successful promotion as a master teacher. Let's go. I refuse. I still have things that I need to consult Teacher Zhang with. Feel free to carry on without me. This celebration feast is specially prepared for you. How can the star of the show go missing? How about this? How about Brother Zhang coming along as well? This way, you can consider it as repayment for his guidance. I'm not free, thank you. Not free. An official alchemist may possess incredible status, but that is nothing compared to a master teacher. Don't let a moment of folly land you in deep trouble. MOU, take me to the examination. I want to take the master teacher test. Yes. Hey, I'm still talking to you. Hold it right there. Brother. This Zhang Chen is not a fellow who can be ignored in the Tianwu kingdom. Teacher Wu, Teacher Zhang intends to take the master teacher exam. Please prepare. Take the master teacher examination. Master teacher exam. Alright, but I'll have to check if you are qualified to take the exam. The external conditions are recommendation from a master teacher, assistant master teacher status, and at least one supporting occupation. The internal conditions are reaching the state of insight of the heart of tranquil water and profound connection cultivation. Here is the Master Teacher Apprentice emblem and my 1-star Alchemist emblem. Okay, the external conditions have been met. It's a test of your soul depth. Master Zhang, there's no need to get angry, he is just an ignorant countryside bumpkin. I doubt that he will even be eligible for the examination. Competing with me, who does he think he is? In terms of soul depth, I'm not afraid of anyone. The other party is just a nobody. He might be skilled in pill forging, but his soul depth, this is the foundation of being a master teacher. Similar to what true chi is to a martial artist, even if his soul depth had reached 3.0, he would still be a far way off from me, who was blessed with a natural soul depth of 4.0. Alright. I come from a clan of master teachers, and from young, I have been receiving guidance from master teachers. This is also the reason why I can achieve such a high soul depth upon reaching Heart of Tranquil Water. How can he compare with me? The scale of soul depth is 5.1. You are a genius among geniuses. Let's go to the venue. I'll conduct the examination for you right now. Jiang, Teacher Jiang. The heck, I just claimed that this fellow could never compare to me and his soul depth was revealed to be 5.1. Come this way, the place ahead will be where the Master Teacher exam is conducted. The 5 tests for the Master Teacher examination are House of Trust, Supporting Occupation Pavilion, Puppet Hall, Cultivation Technique Ocean, and Unerring Pavilion. Well, I understand all these. If you have students, you can have them enter that room. As long as their trust level exceeds 50, you will pass the first test. Those 5 at the door are my students. It seems that they are only 16 or 17 years old. There is not much difference in age with their teacher. Are you sure their trust level can reach 50? I don't know how long you've been teaching these students. May I ask how long have you taught them? Around half a month. For that half a month, I've been out often, so adding it all up, it's probably only around 5 to 6 days. 5 to 6 days. When others take the Master Teacher examination, they would bring students whom they have groomed for numerous years. This way, the trust level would be higher, increasing the likelihood that they pass the examination. Are you sure that their trust level in you exceeds 50? What's wrong? It's nothing. I would like to ask if you have any other students. For example, students you have taught for a longer period of time or are younger. No, they're the ones I've been teaching the longest and the youngest. If they won't do, I have taught Princess Mou for a few days as well. She can give it a try too. Give it a try. If these are your only students, you can get them to enter. However, allow me to remind you in advance, their trust levels in you must reach at least 50 in order for you to pass. If they don't, you can only try again the next time. Okay. I thought that the soul depth reached 5.1, and he was a top genius. He wouldn't have any problem with the exam, but I didn't expect. Get in there. Yes. Teacher, don't worry. We will never let you down. It looks like Mr. Zhang has a lot of confidence in his students, not even a word of instructions. Yes, he seems confident. Teacher Zhang, I just saw him take a group of students of his own age who he had only been teaching for 5 or 6 days to the House of Trust. Interesting. It would already be considered incredible if his trust level reaches 20. Go and see. Teacher Zhang, did you really only teach these students for 5 to 6 days? Actually, not quite 5 or 6 days. If I add up all the time, it's about 7 or 8 hours. 7 or 8 hours. What kind of trust can you establish in such a short period of time? I thought you came well prepared, but I didn't expect it to be so unreliable. Don't. The trust level came out so fast. What? How is this possible? 85. The trust evil of life and death. This is what only a 5-star master teacher can achieve. The relationship between a parent and child is around 60, while with one spouse, it is around 70. Beyond that, it's a relationship of life and death. With this kind of trust, they'd be willing to die without any hesitations. This is a level that would only appear in students taught by a 5-star master teacher. Didn't he say he only taught them for 5 to 6 days? How can you reach such a high level of trust? Such a high level in this short time. Doesn't that mean it would reach 90 or above if he taught them for a few years? I just said not more than 20. Soul depth of 5. 1. Trust level of 85. This countryside bumpkin is about to charge through the heavens. Although I already guessed that Teacher Zhang would surely pass this test, I never expected him to do it so overwhelmingly. Sorry, teacher. It's okay, it's alright. Not only was the teacher a monster, the students were monsters as well. The students aren't even satisfied with a trust level of 85. With a trust level of 85, you passed the first test. Now, we'll move on to the second test, the supporting occupation pavilion. The content of the supporting occupation pavilion test will be on your supporting occupation. Your supporting occupation is alchemist, so I will have to warn you in advance. The normal alchemist exam is just alchemy. As long as you can refine a grade 1 pill, you can be called a 1-star alchemist. However, the supporting occupation pavilion is different. What it tests is not your understanding on pill forging, but your ability to impart your knowledge. That's to say, ability to impart one's knowledge. I understand. Even Master Mo calls him teacher. He must possess incredible aptitude in alchemy. Teacher Wu, do not worry. Teacher Zhang can certainly pass this alchemy test. You just don't know much of his achievements. The maximum score that one can get in the supporting occupation pavilion is 100 points, and the Pa-Sing score is 50. The difference in occupation will result in a difference in judging criteria. When Mo Hongyi took the supporting occupation pavilion test with his occupation as a formation master, he created a huge commotion back then by scoring 60 points. Someone reaching a score of 60 on his supporting occupation test definitely means that he must have exceeded the level of a 1-star. That kind of strength, I am afraid that only a genius like him is capable of doing so. This fellow's soul depth is 5. 1 and his student's trust level is 85. I think that his results won't be low either. Damn it. However, forging a pill by yourself and guiding another person is different. I think that reaching 55 will already be a huge hurdle for him. Cauldron. It looks like this room will change according to the supporting occupation of the examinee. Puppet. Green-leafed split palm flower, rootless grass, white angelica flower. Am I supposed to forge a grade 1 spirit enriching pill? What is he going to do? This puppet is refining pills. It is impossible for a pill to be forged like that. Failure. No, I haven't done anything yet. To pass this examination, you have to guide the puppet to successfully forge the pill. It seems that the puppet is making pills so that the examinee can observe and determine errors. It scared me to death. However, this is better for me. Unlike humans, puppets won't suffer from lapses in concentration. As long as it strictly follows my instructions, it will surely be able to forge the pill out. It's time to start instructing. Not bad. The supporting occupation hall is different from the trust house. Unlike the trust house, where scores are given after the trust house is done assessing, the supporting occupation hall will show scores as soon as you start giving instructions. When correct instructions are issued by the examinee, the score increases. If wrong instructions were to be issued, the score decreases. Back then, when my brother took the exam, there were only 5 occasions of decline, that is to say, 5 mistakes. Indeed, even Pavilion Master Jiang made 7 mistakes when he took the exam, yet, he only made 5. This made history. I'm surprised to see there is no decline and meaning no mistakes. It's just a matter of time before he makes a mistake. After all, who can guarantee that he will be able to guide someone perfectly? It's already 40 and he hasn't made a single error. This, impossible. No errors for the entire half of the examination. Even a 3-star alchemist can't do it. He is just a countryside bumpkin. How? Our teacher is really great. I can't believe there's not a single mistake so far. As expected of Teacher Zhang. 60. No mistake. It has surpassed my brother's record. Yes, I thought that this record would remain unbroken for at least several centuries. To think that it would be broken in just a few years' time. Mistake. The score dropped to 59. He finally made a mistake. I thought that he might complete the test without making any mistakes. Indeed, didn't I say so? How can anyone not a mistake while guiding another on pill forging? It wouldn't be logical. As time passes, the rise in temperature and the increasing medicinal herbs in the cauldron makes errors more likely to happen. Yes, but to reach 60 points in a minute. Master Teacher Pavilion Silent Chamber. Didn't I say that no one is to interrupt me when I'm cultivating? I didn't mean to interrupt your highness, just that. Speak. It's because someone is taking the 1-star Master Teacher exam. As Master Teacher is the #1 occupation, countless people travel to the Master Teacher Pavilion every day to fight for it, but only a few can pass it. Did you interrupt my cultivation just for this matter? It's not just that, the one taking the examination has a soul depth of 5.1. Soul depth of 5.1, even higher than MOU. To be able to achieve such a soul depth during the 1-star Master Teacher examination, he is indeed talented. Yes. What else? That one taking the examination is Princess MOU's teacher called Zhang Xuan. He's not even 20 years old, yet he brought a few 16 to 17-year-old students into the House of Trust. And he achieved a trust level of 85. House of Trust, 85 points. I have never heard of any teacher who could induce such trust in his students. What else is there to say? Speak all at once. Yes. He is currently taking the second test, supporting Occupation Pavilion, and reached 60 points without making a single mistake. Reached 60 points without mistakes. How is this possible? Yes, but this is where strange things started to happen. At 60 points, he made a single mistake, so 1 point got deducted. However, in the next instant, his score leaped to 62. Points were deducted before being added again. The scoreboard of the Master Teacher Pavilion was created by Formation Masters. It has never once malfunctioned for the last 1,000 years. Why would it behave like this all of a sudden? Furthermore, this repeated 3 times afterward. A point was deducted first before 3 points were swiftly added. Wait, what did you say just now? It happened not once, but 3 more times afterward. Yes. Then, what is his current score? The score before I left was 101 points. How can there be 101 when the maximum score in the Supporting Occupation Pavilion is 100? Is the Supporting Occupation Pavilion exam over? Not yet, and 101 doesn't seem to be the end. His points are still increasing. If it's not over, then let's go and take a look. You, go get my clothes. Congratulations. Master Hong has finally made a breakthrough and become a 3-star alchemy master. Yes, back then, we took the 2-star alchemist exam together, but you are the only one who has managed to reach this level. There's no need for all of you to be so modest. I just happened to meet an expert when I was out a while back, and his guidance has enlightened me. If I were to rely on my own ability, I don't know how long it would take. Not good. What's the reason for panicking? Teacher, I have a reason for panicking. Just now, someone entered the Supporting Occupation Pavilion for the 1-star Master Teacher exam, and the result was... What's wrong? Did he achieve a score of 60? Higher than that of Master Mo Hongi. He scored 101 points. What, 101 points? The maximum score for the Supporting Occupation Hall is 100, but scoring 101 points, what is going on? No, I have to go and see. I need to see what kind of person can give guidance on alchemy and score 10 points in the Supporting Occupation Hall. Master Jiang, what's going on? I've heard that someone has guided alchemy in the Supporting Occupation Pavilion and has scored 101 points. Take a look for yourself. 130, how can it be 130? Isn't the maximum score for the Supporting Occupation Pavilion 100? Yes, I am not sure what happened as well. Is there a problem with the Supporting Occupation Hall? Otherwise, how could there be such a result? A problem? Yes, there must be a problem, otherwise, how can one achieve such a high score? About this, I'll talk to Master Wu later. The examination hall is a spiritual treasure that the Master Teacher Pavilion specially tasked experts to create, so it is impossible that it contains any faults. Since Master Mo said that there is no problem with the pavilion, then, what is going on? In the Supporting Occupation Pavilion, what is tested is one's ability to guide another. If the guidance is wrong, points will be deducted. If correct, the number of points will increase. I think I don't need to elaborate, we all know this. However, have all of you ever thought, how does it judge whether one's actions are correct? Just like the current alchemy test, the so-called correct procedure is based on the standards of a 4-star alchemist forging the same pill. But if, the one taking the test, were to judge the process from the perspective of a 5-star or G-star alchemist. You mean, the fellow taking the exam has already surpassed 4 stars in alchemy? If they're not, how can you explain why a point is deducted before 3 is added? I just remembered, in the last level of the famous teacher's assessment, finding one mistake was 1 point, 2 for 2 points, and 3 for 3 points, meaning 1 per increment. The person taking the test inside must have found loopholes in the correct answer, and was initially judged wrong by the supporting occupation pavilion. However, the supporting occupation pavilion is a spiritual treasure and found that the process of refining pills was smoother after modifications, and immediately compensated for the points and awarded double bonus points. So, the person inside has found 15 mistakes in the pill forging procedure of a 4-star alchemist. Other than this, I truly can't think of any other possibility. Who is the person inside? Can it be that he is an elder in the Alchemist Guild? He isn't an elder, but a 1-star alchemist, not even 20 years of age. His name is Zhang Xuan. Why is he here? Master Hong, do you know this person? He is the one who helped me achieve a breakthrough in my pill forging, the expert. Can it be that the person who passed the 1-star alchemist examination through pill debate is him? That's right, it's him. He was the one who gave me the guidance that allowed me to make a breakthrough and become a 3-star alchemist. Becoming alchemist through the pill debate exam guided the 2-star alchemist to refine a grade 3 pill, and now he got 130 points in the supporting occupation pavilion. How can he possess such profound pill forging knowledge when he isn't even 20? I was surprised by this at first, so I found someone to specially investigate this matter. It turns out he has a very powerful teacher, called Yang Xian, a master teacher whose rank is likely to exceed 3-star. A master teacher whose rank exceeds 3-star. Even conferred kingdoms don't have one. The room for the assessment is not broken, right? It says I'm wrong, and then tells me I'm correct. Broken, what the hell? It's because you found out the flaws of a 4-star alchemist. Is this the level of a 4-star alchemist? Isn't that too weak? It's not that 4-star alchemists are weak, but rather it's you who is too formidable, alright. It's better to talk less to this monster. The more you talk, the more frustrated you are. Now that you've passed the 2nd level, let's begin the 3rd test, Puppet Hall. Then, there's no scoring system for Puppet Hall. When you enter, you will meet a red puppet and a blue puppet of similar cultivations. You pass the test by offering pointers to the red puppet to help it defeat the blue one. Alright. This is the power at the pinnacle of the profound connection. The pinnacle of the profound connection, in the Tianxian kingdom, is considered to be on par with its royal elder, but here it is not even as good as a puppet. As expected of the master-teacher pavilion. This test is indeed difficult. No wonder people say that it is an uphill task to pass the master-teacher exam if one does not reach profound connection pinnacle. Seems like this is the reason why. The red puppet's movements are fierce and savage, whereas the blue puppet's movements are light and agile. Both of them have their own strengths, making it difficult for one to triumph over the other. In this case, I'll point out the flaws in both sides in a way that grants the red an advantage over the blue. Let's get started. Red puppet, retreat 3 inches, twist your body to the right, and strike with your fist. Do you think that he'll be able to pass this test? His alchemy skills are remarkable, but the same might not apply to his ability to impart about cultivation. Master teachers are adept at guiding others. As a student of a 3-star master teacher, his ability to guide others in cultivation, I'm afraid, is even more superior than alchemy. Even though there isn't a score for this test, there is time and number of moves. Yes, I remember that Master Mo's guidance back then defeated the blue puppet in less than 20 blows. That went on becoming a legend. It was 17 moves. Brother. Indeed, it's 17 blows. I wonder how many blows would this Zhang Xuan take? I am curious as well. This kid who appeared from the Tianxian kingdom, how powerful is he? Can his guidance on cultivation be as incredible as his other skills? Given how he is under 20, I'll accept that he is good at alchemy, but I don't believe that he can be good at guiding others. In fact, this is a very high level of alchemy. The first demonstration of the puppets should take around 300 breaths, and 10 breaths after that, the test will officially begin. Based on the assumption that one blow is made in a single breath, you can roughly calculate how many blows he used. 312, 313, 314. 333, 334, 335. Looks like his ability to give guidance on cultivation is lacking. Looks like he is still slightly lacking in imparting knowledge on cultivation. Everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses. He may be good at alchemy, but his ability to instruct on cultivation is weak. It's a pity. He has abandoned his fundamentals. There's nothing to fear about such a person. However, it is also considered to have passed. A total of 352 breaths. The two puppets have crossed a total of 42 blows. During my guidance, the red puppet exerted too much force and bashed the blue puppet's head off. I tried to fix it but to no avail. May I ask? It's not considered a fail, right? Bashed the head off. To be able to bash its head off. The two puppets are similar in structure and strength. They can only be defeated after the guidance of examinees. What's going on? The puppets were created by top-notch blacksmiths. They both cultivate similar moves and have the same level of techniques, making it difficult for one to defeat the other. The examinees are only able to grant a slight advantage to one of the puppets so that it can defeat the other. Yet, this fellow got the puppet to bash the other puppet's head out. How in the world did he do it? You said that you took a long time trying to fix it. How many blows did the red puppet take before defeating the blue puppet? How many moves? Given the immense strength of the red puppet, a single blow was more than enough. One blow. I thought 17 and 25 blows were incredible, but to think that this fellow required only a single blow. And in one move, the two puppets, who were evenly matched, were not only defeated, but also knocked off the other puppet's head. Pardon me, but for the red puppet to destroy the blue with a single blow. How did you do it? It's simple. The red puppet is strong and the blue puppet is fast, so it would be hard to tell the difference in a real fight. However, as long as we find the flaws of the blue puppet's movements, it is easy to deal with it. No matter how fast it is, there is always a delay. In the moment of delay, you can predict its position and let the red puppet attack, and then you can knock its head off with one blow. Predicting in advance. Foresee the other party's position. There's a lot of variations in cultivation techniques. Can this be predicted in advance? Predicting the other party's location so that the red puppet could strike off the blue's head with a single punch. Not only do you need to know everything about your opponent's fighting style, but also his strength, body condition, speed of punches and movements. You have to know everything. He can't be a 3-star master teacher disguised as a 1-star master teacher candidate to play with us. About this, I shouldn't need to pay, right? The puppet Hulk possesses the ability of self-recovery. After a few days of rest, the puppet will become as good as new. That's good. Then, is this considered as a pass? Pass. You managed to defeat your opponent in one move. If we don't let you into this master teacher pavilion, we shouldn't be allowed Tau Omicron open anymore. Alright, come on, the next test is Cultivation Technique Ocean. Okay. There are countless secret manuals in the Cultivation Technique Ocean, and in order to pass them, you need to randomly select one to be taught. During the lecture, one will not only be judged by numerous master teachers, but by the Wylam Sage Bell as well. The Sage Bell is a spiritual treasure, imprinted with the sage's knowledge and understanding of battle techniques. If you can't satisfy it with your knowledge, the bell will not chime, and you will not pass. The more chimes there are, the more accurate and precise one's lecture is indicated to be. Teacher Zhang can go to the podium first and put your hand on the circle and a manual will appear randomly. I'll go call the other master teachers who are present here. Yes. Can this podium really generate secret manuals randomly? Let's see what comes out. I don't know what techniques Brother Zhang will randomly draw. Undulating Water Ripple Palm. This manual is taken at random from the library. You have an incense stick's worth of time to read through it before conducting a lesson. The whilom Sage Bell will analyze the content of your lecture, and we will make our own judgment as well. The final verdict of whether you pass or not will be based on both the input from us and the Sage Bell. Got it? Undulating Water Ripple Palm. This is one of the most profound battle techniques in the Master Teacher Hall used for the purpose of this test. That's right, the more profound the technique is, the more difficult it is to decipher and explain. In the thousands of years since the establishment of the Master Teacher Pavilion of the Kingdom, there were 8 examinees who had managed to pick this book, and out of them, 7 left disappointed, and the remaining one just barely passed the test. Even if he were to pass this test by luck, it is unlikely that his results would be as good as those before. Alright, I'll start my lecture. What? Wait, Teacher Zhang, there's no need for you to rush. You have an incense stick's time to analyze it carefully. There's no need for it. It will be a waste of time for me to browse through such a simple battle technique once more. Undulating Water Ripple Palm may sound like a water attribute palm technique. And many perceive this technique as such when practicing it. However, this is wrong. Wrong. Actually, what the name means is that after mastering the technique, one's attack will be just like ripples, striking one after another continuously. This technique has nothing to do with the water attribute. The crowd waiting outside at this time. I wonder what will Master Zhang's results would be. The result of the cultivation technique ocean is closely tied with the chiming of the Sage Bell. A single chime means a pass, 2 means good, 3 means excellent, 4 means outstanding. 5 chimes means that there's no flaws in the comprehension, and 6 chimes mean a perfect score. The record holder for this test is Master Mo Hongyi with 4 chimes. Back then, he astounded many with this feat. If Zhang Xuan wants to outdo him, he must achieve a result of at least 5 chimes. 5 chimes. It is too difficult to browse through a battle technique and understand it fully within an incense stick's time. Don't worry, I believe this is not a problem for the teacher. Master Mo Hongyi, during the exam, was lucky enough to pick a battle technique which he happened to have seen before, allowing him to explain the technique in depth. Your teacher may not be so lucky. The Bell of the Sages, it's chiming. How many chimes will there be? It's happening so quickly. It's not even half an incense time he entered, but already started on the lecture, and already finished it. To think that this would be the case, I didn't expect it at all. So that's the case, I am enlightened. There is indeed a great difference between us. I have seen this undulating water ripple palm before, and my understanding of the technique is the same as the others, but I never thought there was such a method. I hate to admit it, but there is nothing wrong with what he said. This person will probably be my greatest rival. Looks like it's time for me to take the 2-star Master Teacher exam. Even if he is capable and can understand the technique swiftly, but to start lecturing right after glancing through the book is just too rash. It is likely that he has missed out some parts. 1 chime is probably the limit. Indeed, it seems that he's still too young and impatient. 4 chimes, outstanding. It's already on par with Master Mo Hongyi's result. 5 sounds. 5 chimes, flawless comprehension. A new record, it's a new record. Since the establishment of the kingdom's Master Teacher Pavilion several thousand years ago, the best result that was ever achieved was Mo Hongyi's 4 chimes. That made him stronger than most. Yet, in just half an incense time, he induced 5 chimes from the whilom Sage Bell, broke the record and became the new record holder. As expected of a genius whom Master Yang has chosen. Making the bell chime 5 times, flawless comprehension, I'm impressed, It chimed again. In other people's cases, the bell would chime in a row, there weren't such long intervals between any chimes. Yet, why is it that when it came to you, the bell chimed so irregularly? Vice Pavilion Master Guan. Where is the Pavilion Master? Send someone to get him now. Elder Zhu. What happened to make you so panicked? The Pavilion Master returned last night and is currently cultivating in seclusion. He told me that no one is to interrupt him if it isn't urgent. Cultivating in seclusion. Someone is taking the 1-star examination. I know that it isn't worth alarming the pavilion master over a 1-star master teacher exam. But, if you know what results the examinee has actually achieved and the ruckus it is causing, you won't be saying such words. Did it manage to create a commotion? Can he be a genius of Imo Hongi's caliber? Imo Hongi. I went to take a look only after hearing the Wylam sage bell. So I don't know his result for the first 3 tests. It's hard to say anything. All I know is that when I arrived, the sage bell was chiming continuously. Chiming continuously? Do you mean to say that it chimed more than 4 times? More than that. At first it chimed once, and just when I thought it wouldn't go any further, it chimed 3 more times. Then some time later, it chimed again. Wait, the knowledge infused within the sage bell is left by the 4-star master teacher. More than 4 chimes means that the person's lecture has gained their absolute acknowledgement. Are you sure that the person is taking the 1-star master teacher exam? It's an assessment of a 1-star master teacher, and it chimed more than 5 times. More than 5 times. Can it be 6 chimes? 6 chimes represent perfection, and it means that the person's understanding of the technique is no different from that of a 4-star master teacher. It's 7 chimes. 7 chimes. Approval of the sages. How is this possible? The approval of the sage bell means he has gained the approval of a 4-star master teacher, and that he can be considered as an equal in terms of his understanding of the technique. A fellow taking the 1-star master teacher exam gained approval from the will left behind by the 4-star master teacher, and they regarded him worthy as a peer. 7 chimes. Shouldn't we invite the pavilion master? This, of course, we should. However, I want to take a look to first ascertain the matter. Is this harmonious chiming of the 100 bells, admiration of the sages? This, what in the world is going on? Vice Pavilion Master, what does that mean? Admiration of the sages, why have I never heard of it? Harmonious chiming of the 100 bells, admiration of the sages, means that even if a 4-star master teacher were present, he would listen to the lecture obediently and quietly. This person's explanation of the technique has already exceeded the level of a 4-star, reaching the level of a 5-star master teacher, or even higher. What, more than 4-star? That's right. However, under normal circumstances, the harmonious chiming of the 100 bells should at least last for a tease time as a celebration. But why would it only chime for just a short moment and then stop? A tease time. That's right. Seems like we will only know the answer after the master teachers comes out. Master Wu and the others came out. Vice Pavilion Master Guan, Elder Zhu. Why are you here? Master Wu, I want to ask you. According to the records, the harmonious chiming of the 100 bells should last for a tease time. Why would it stop after chiming after just a few breaths? 100 bells chiming. That, at the time of the lecture the sage bell stopped chiming because... Shut up. Are you done yet? Why not let people lecture? When you chimed for the first time, the second time, and the third time, I did not make a fuss, but now chiming together. I'm not yet done with my lecture, why the heck are you chiming in? The sage bell was forged personally by 4-star master teachers, and their will was infused within it. The entire master teacher pavilion, including the pavilion master, treated the bell as if it were their ancestral tablet. Yet, a lad who is taking the 1-star master teacher exam lashed out at it without hesitation. Where did this monster come from? To bellow at the will left behind 4-star master teachers and frighten them to the point that they don't dare to chime any further. This, is it considered as a pass yet? If I haven't passed the test, I'll continue. You have passed. That's good. You caused harmonious chiming of the 100 bells, admiration of the sages. If I don't give you a pass, the pavilion master would probably beat me to death. What was the secret manual picked for the examination just now? Since I have passed, let's move on to the next test. It is the undulating water ripple palm. Undulating water ripple palm. It is a known fact that it was one of the hardest battle techniques to practice in Tianwu Kingdom, to pick that book and induce the harmonious chiming of the 100 bells. It's just that there is another genius in our master teacher pavilion. What am I so excited for? As long as there is no problem with the exam, No matter how many geniuses appear, there is nothing to say. Alright, since there's no problem, let's continue with the next test. Where is Teacher Zhang Xuan? Teacher Zhang has already entered the last test. He entered. Oh no. What to do? What's wrong? Since he passed the 4th test, isn't he supposed to take the 5th test anyway? There shouldn't be any problem, right? He is supposed to take the 5th test. But, I haven't told him about the rules and regulations of the unerring pavilion. It shouldn't be a problem even if you didn't explain beforehand. Which examinee comes for the master teacher exam not being aware of the 5 tests? He must have prepared in advance. Don't worry. Made preparations. I would also like for him to have made preparations. But, judging from his performance in the previous tests, he probably doesn't know anything.